meeting up with John the Baptist. For a little background, John the Baptist is known for one thing: baptizing. It's a little obvious in his name, obviously. And that is what John does. Now, to understand a little bit more about John, you have to understand what that baptism meant. Now, if you look at synagogues or buildings that are related to worship, if you will, pre the Christian era, you will find that there are synagogues that have been built and that some of them have, if you will, tubs for ritual bath. So there was baptism that was a ritual bath. John, the group that he came out of is Essenes, which is one little group within Judaism, was, if you will, a lot like a monastery, like monks. They were very dedicated to having a stripped down sort of life. He shifted the meaning of baptism. It was more than just the ritual bath that you might have taken. After you had done something unclean, you might have taken a ritual bath. He shifted the meaning ever so slightly. And it's a meaning that we pick up then even with our understanding of baptism. For John, the understanding was you came to be baptized and that you came to recognize, I have committed some sin, I need to have this washed off of me so that I may repent and turn my life around and continue on a new way. So as you can imagine how strange that would have been to have Jesus show up. I mean, what did Jesus do? What did he need a baptism for? But in that moment of baptism, once again, the meaning shifts and changes. Shifts to something greater and more glorious than we can imagine. The heavens open, and we get to hear the word, the voice of God say, "This is my Son, my beloved, and I am well pleased." It's a shift from just a ritual washing, from just a recognition I have done poorly and I'm going to start again and start anew. There's something within that action of Jesus going into the water and then coming up that our understanding of Jesus shifts as well. He's not just Jesus of Nazareth wandering around, but he's Jesus, the Son of God, and he is beloved. Now, the last time we had a baptism here was my first Sunday. And I imagine it's a lot different than Jesus' baptism, and yet there is a lot there that is the same. An adorable baby is brought forth here in this crowd, and we turned to look at the font. We turned to watch, and along with the family, we made promises. We made promises on his behalf. And we promised that once that water poured upon his little head, that we would be his community, and that he would be our family, and part of us. He becomes beloved to us. And day in and day out, we will support him in all that he does, and even now when we see him run around in the to not only being somebody's grandson, but to the body and part and parcel and whole. And he shifts not only someone's grandson, to all of our grandsons and all of our brothers. And this is the shift that we see in baptism. It's a shift that shifts even the axis of the world. No longer is it just a little bath or a little sprinkling of water. No longer is John the Baptist just some guy who dunks people in water and shouts at them wildly. And no longer even is Jesus just Jesus of Nazareth. And no longer are you and I individuals alone. We become part of that body, part of that whole, part of that community, part of each other, and part of God. And that he sees us as his beloved, and he is willing